Toronto, Sudbury, and came onto the island. We have major gangs that are going on, and I don't want to just say the word gangs. I'm going to read some of these names to you. Actually, just from the top of my head, we have like the Chester Lee Gang, the Driftwood Crips, 5-Star Generals. So these aren't, we just think these people are here. These are confirmed members that we work with through Toronto Guns and Gangs, as well as OPP organized crime units, that are able to identify these people. These are people that are in our communities. We have motorcycle gangs, the Hells Angels, the Outlaws, and the newly reformed Satan's Choice. And we already have full patch members of the Satan's Choice. The reason that's such a concern, for those that are not aware, I'm from Sudbury. That's where I originally was a police officer. Sudbury is the only police station in Canada to have been bombed by an organized crime group, and that was the Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club back in December of 1996. Now that group is reformed, and it is the same original, the founder of that group, it is now his son running it. So we look at the problems that are coming. This is already in my community, just not even a month ago that we had that. So these are major issues that we have going on. These are not, we think there's gangs here. These are gangs that are in our area and causing massive amounts of issues going on. And we do not have the training to be able to bring us up to speed.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I didn't want to cut you off, but I'm short for time. You also mentioned some more discriminatory changes being brought forward in January of 2026. I know you were pressed for time in your opening remarks.
Yes.
Could you please expand on what those changes are and how it's going to impact you?
Sure. So in March of 2023, when we filed our human rights complaint, our negotiations had just really actually just started, and they instantly stopped as soon as we filed that human rights complaint, and our funding was cut off. And the reason that that's so significant is that doesn't happen to federal, provincial, or municipal police. That's it. Like, I worked for municipal police service. You were never afraid that if the chief of police and the mayor and council for the city were looking at a deal, that if it didn't work, they would cut off the funding. But that happened to us. What kept us alive was those carryover monetary funds and the ability for us to hire a lawyer to represent us. We're not lawyers. We're police officers, and there's a lot of logistics that go into legal arguments that we don't have the expertise on. It doesn't make sense that on one side they're able to have 14 lawyers look at an agreement, and on the First Nations side for the police service they don't. So those two conditions are specifically looking at to change. I look at it as that is actually, they looked at the two conditions that we used to keep us alive, and now they're going to change those conditions.
Well, thank